I want to go to Mohit now, who's the father of a kid who just gave class 12 board exams of CBSE, and he's been banging his head against the CBSE portal, trying to get his son's answer sheets reevaluated. So, Mohit, can you just tell us what has been your experience with the website and the reevaluation process as a parent?
The first thing that I had a problem was that the result came out a day or two before CUD exams had to happen. And for a kid, especially if the numbers are not as per expected, it becomes a bit of an issue because there is a mental stress that this thing can cause. So that I felt was a bit insensitive, not well thought through. Once the numbers came out, they were much lesser than what we had expected. Even my son felt that, and his teachers also felt that.
The
Correct. What?
papers were questions were harder this year.
Yes, papers were difficult. The maths paper was a little difficult this time, and so was the physics paper that was shared just after the day after the exams were conducted. So yes, papers were a little more difficult, and then correcting them on online portal. Many a times we teachers take liberty. Like I said, we discuss. We try and look at it from a subjective point of view. That probably this doesn't seem as appropriate an answer to me, but it might seem appropriate to another teacher, and then we give benefit of doubt and we go about it. But when you know that you're being watched over at every step and you need to justify what you did and why did you do that, it really impacts how you go about with your work, and probably that affected teachers to a certain
What
extent.
we'll get back to Mohit. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. Please continue about.
I was just talking about what I've heard, and I've heard it from multiple sources that there is a effort to maybe bring down the kind of percentages or the numbers that are being scored, and which when I heard of it, I thought, yeah, okay, makes sense, should be done because unrealistic expectations are set because of this. But whatever ma'am has said is definitely the right information that is there. And then when we started to go in for assessment and getting the copies, the experience was especially bad because at every imaginable step the website would not function. Opening the website was a nightmare. If you were lucky and you were able to open the website on 19th, which is when this thing started, like everywhere, make creating a login was an issue. Even thing as simple as getting the captcha loaded was a major issue for people, and it took half a day for people to just get that captcha. After you could log in, which also took for me to from 19th to 20th. On 20th I was able to submit my application for my students.
It took you an entire day, 24 hours, to just log in and submit your application.
No, it took me from 19th to 20th, so all of 19th and almost all of 20th also. By evening I could do it. In the meantime, I was also tracking what is happening on Twitter and what is happening on Reddit. Some people faced pay issues with payments. Thankfully, I did not face that. Uh, the site, people figured, was totally vibe coded, which means that it was generated using AI from scratch.
You're saying that the CBSE portal for submitting of requests for evaluation was created using artificial intelligence, not really
Yeah,
like a regular.
I don't understand these things that well, but what I figured reading on the net was that it was not really coded, but you just give AI a command that I want such a such website, and it like makes it for you. The fees issue has already been raised. Like there was CBSE was earlier asking for 700 rupees per sheet on assessing the papers, which after a huge furore they brought down to rupees 100.
Mohit, you mentioned about vibe coding. This is I've seen reports, I've seen posts on social media by people who claim to be hackers that there have been Substack articles sort of detailing the number of flaws and vulnerabilities and glitches. People can actually exploit those vulnerabilities and create all kinds of hacks on the website for evaluation. So, do you think these technical glitches, which people have been talking about, education minister has now said he's going to CBSE is going to get experts from IIT to fix these technical glitches. Do you think these technical glitches could have been because of this vibe coding for such an important website?
So glitches will always be there, even if it like you make a website, it takes about a month, 2 month to fix it. But the amount of glitches, every step not working, it only AI can achieve that. So
What do you think, Kavita? Did you hear anything to that effect about how this website was made? Was it vibe coded?
I have not heard about it being white coded, but the kind of traffic that the website has come across, any website that we go to these days, any payment portal that we go to these days with such a huge traffic, it crashes. We do not have that advanced technology in our country as of now, no matter how much we claim about it. And the transparency that the education minister has been talking about since the very beginning with the CBSE circular also, had this transparency been there, we would have known who were the parties involved in developing the website, in developing the OSM portal, in scanning, and in managing all of this. We have no information about it whatsoever. It is now that they're claiming that they've roped in experts from IIT Kanpur and Madras, I think. Yes. So they could have done this in the beginning itself and not when all the things had gone haywire to this extent.